It's easy for them to do. They're adept at doing a ditty, getting rid of you and not having no handprints on it. Like this is how they traffic. And so you will have to really not be scared, not be acting like you're not scared. You'd have to really be too stupid to be scared.
Let's talk about a dark side of Hollywood. People whisper about secret late-night parties. At these parties, the normal rules don't apply. Comedian Cat Williams says this is where the real power is, not on a movie set. Now, a young singer named David is caught in the middle of these rumors. This is because of a tragedy involving a 15-year-old girl named Celeste. She was found dead in his car. Her friends thought she was his girlfriend from college. People describe David as shy and quiet, but many think his silence means he is guilty. The rumors are wild. Some say that to get fame, you have to pay a price. The terrible story is that Celeste's death was that price. They say it was linked to one of these secret parties. Look at David's career. He went from a TikTok user to a famous singer very quickly. Then, Celeste's life fell apart. She went missing several times. Then, she was found in his car's trunk. There was no big investigation, just silence. This is why people are still talking about it.
Now, there are individuals who have looked to clues in his shows or his songs for alleged connections to Celeste, and to be clear, nothing has officially been verified. Here's the thing, even if you look at lyrics from his song Romantic Homicide from back in 2022, this is what seems to be creating the conversation. The lyrics say, I mean, even in the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. But again, nothing remotely to suggest this has anything to do.
Cat Williams says Hollywood has secret rituals. People remember famous stars who had a tragedy happen near the peak of their fame. Now, people are saying the same thing is happening with David. They say Celeste was the price for David to get into those secret parties. So, what is a pig party? It's a term from Hollywood gossip. It's described as a mix of an initiation and a humiliation ritual for powerful people. If you are invited, you have to participate or your career is over. The stories say it is a dark event designed to test people. They say everything is recorded so the powerful people have blackmail material. These rumors are not new. Some people think Hugh Hefner's parties and the movie Eyes Wide Shut were about this same idea. The point of these parties is about control. They break people down to make them obedient. Cat Williams says fame is a reward for obedience, not just talent. So, how does David fit in? The theory is that Celeste was brought into this secret world. She was underage but used a fake ID to get into clubs and parties. Her tragic death seems less like a coincidence and more like a direct result.
Charles, any idea who is behind this swatting?
No idea. I mean, we've asked police. They want to try and track those things down when it happens, but they don't know on this one. And they, I think they figured out pretty quickly when David's parents came to the door that that's what was going on here. They didn't see any activity, and the area where their home is in a very rural area. It's not like there's a lot of houses around. So, when police are pulling up, there's no activity. It would have been pretty obvious to them if there was some crisis going on as they pulled up.
Sure, but you can't escape the date, September 18th, and it's a day after the LA house that he was renting was raided. Coincidence or something more?
It does seem strange to say that this is coincidence, and his parents said to the police, somebody is messing with us. And clearly, even if David wasn't at the house, his parents are aware of what's going on back in LA.
This story gets personal. David was a quiet kid who became famous overnight. To fans, it was a dream. To others, it looked suspicious. Then there is Celeste. She was 15 and was found dead in David's car. But the timeline is suspicious. Her friends saw her with David at clubs and parties all the time. She used a fake ID. Her disappearances and her death happened at the same time as David's rise to fame. This is why the rumors won't stop. People are whispering a terrible question. Was Celeste just a victim of circumstance, or was she used as a payment for fame?
New footage has surfaced that potentially shows Celeste Rivas Hernandez's perhaps final movements caught on tape before she vanished and was ultimately found dead in a car registered to singer David. This, along with new details about that car and how long it may have been abandoned, are giving us a better sense of a timeline as everyone searches.
Think about the meaning behind David's big song, Romantic Homicide. It has a creepy line that fans are now listening to again, thinking it might have been a clue. His stage name and his art use a lot of blood, which now seems to some like a sign of his true self showing through. Even an old joke of his is now seen as a red flag everyone missed. There is no real proof of anything. This is all about seeing patterns. The pattern is familiar. A star gets famous very fast, a sad event happens, and the star stays completely silent. So when people whisper that Celeste was a sacrifice for David's fame, they are talking about timing. It's the scary idea that one life had to end for another to become famous. If this happened at a secret pig party, then her death looks less like an accident and more like a dark ritual. This theory sticks around because it fits with other stories from Hollywood's past. Look at Whitney Houston. She died the same weekend her famous producer was having a huge party. Then, years later, her daughter was found in almost the exact same situation. Some call it a double sacrifice. Then there is Kanye West, who said his mother was his sacrifice. Right after she passed away, his career exploded. The story of Aaliyah is similar. Her tragic plane crash happened as her fame was skyrocketing. Even Michael Jackson's sudden death fits this pattern, happening right before his massive comeback tour. Then there are the parties. Diddy's famous gatherings are described as wild events where artists are tested and controlled. The term pig party sounds like a new version of this old setup. So when people hear that David was always seen with Celeste at clubs she was too young for, it reminds them of this old pattern. It's like a cursed loop that never ends. That is what scares people the most. If the whispers are true, Celeste's name might just be the newest one on a very old and tragic list. In the end, what makes this story powerful is that creepy feeling that we have seen this bad dream before. Cat Williams has said for years that the industry always has a price. David's silence speaks louder than any words. To his fans, it looks like grief. To others, it looks like guilt. Celeste's story is a sad one. She was only 15, living like an adult with a fake ID. The saddest part is that her name is now more famous in conspiracy videos than in loving memorials. So, what happens next? Maybe nothing. Maybe this story will fade away. Or maybe another person from inside the industry will speak up. Because the more quiet Hollywood becomes, the louder the whispers get. And right now, those whispers are saying that Celeste wasn't just a victim. They are saying she was a sacrifice. If that is true, then David's fame isn't the start of a happy fairy tale. It's the beginning of a dark curse. If you made it this far, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.